everyone. Today we will discuss one numerical on the critical speed of the shaft with damping. In the last class we had discussed one numerical on critical speed of the shaft that was without damping. So here is the case of numerical that a disc of mass 4 kg is mounted midway between bearings which may be assumed to be simply supported. Okay, the bearing span is 50 centimeter. The steel shaft is 10 in dia and is horizontal. The center of gravity of disc is displaced 2 from geometric center. So 2 is the eccentricity given. Next is equivalent viscous damping at the center of disc shaft may be assumed as 50 Newton second per meter. Okay, so it is the value of C, damping coefficient. Next is if shaft rotates at 250 rpm and is given to us 250 rpm. So we have to determine the maximum stress in the shaft, and E, Young modulus of elasticity, is given 1.96 into 10 raised to power 11 Newton per meter square. So we will solve this question because damping is given here. Okay, so it is the case of the critical speed of the shaft with damping. So we will try to solve this question. So as you know, give whatever is given to us, mass m is given, speed is given, Young modulus of elasticity is given, eccentricity E is given. Okay, damping coefficient C, and the dia of the disc is 10 Okay, so you can see that it is the case of damping, critical speed with damping. Okay, in this case G lies somewhat away from this O and C. We had already discussed this case and we had derived one equation for X also. That equation was deflection X upon E was equal to omega upon omega n square divided by 1 minus omega by omega n square whole square plus 2 zeta omega by omega n whole square. So this was the equation we derived in our last lecture. X was the deflection. Okay, we had already derived. So here also we will derive the equation X. Okay, so first we will find out the value of omega n. Omega n is the critical speed, that is equal to under root g upon delta static. So as the case given in the numerical is, we have to take it as a simply supported beam. So you know that static deflection in case of simply supported beam, delta static is equal to W. This is load given W L cube upon 48 EI, and L is the span of this. Okay, so WL cube upon 48 EI, where W is the total weight given. Okay, here mass is given to us, so we will put W equal to mg L cube upon 48 EI. Now I of the shaft is pi by 64 d to the power 4. Dia is given to us, so putting the value of diameter of the shaft, we can find out the value of inertia. This is, we are getting the value of inertia. So next we will find out, just we will put all these value. Mass is given to us g, then length of span, this is given to us 48, E also given to us, I we just have calculated. Putting this value, we calculate this delta static. Okay, we are getting here this. Now we will calculate the value of omega n, that is natural frequency, by putting value omega n equal to under root g upon delta static. So value of delta static is this, we had calculated. So we will put this value and we calculate omega n as 96 radian per second. Okay, so next also we need what? Omega. Okay, omega is the frequency at which we are operating the shaft. So n is given to us 250 rpm. Our shaft is rotating at this time is at 250 rpm. So omega equal to 2 pi n upon 60. We will calculate omega, and also we need zeta. Okay, damping factor zeta. We know zeta equal to, formula for zeta we know, zeta equal to 2 c upon 2 under root k into m, or zeta equal to c upon 2 m omega n. Okay, so because k omega n equal to under root k upon m, putting this value of k, we can also find out using this formula, zeta equal to c upon 2 m omega n. We know all these values, so by putting all these value, we find out the value of zeta is 0.065. So next we will just put all the values we have calculated in our formula we have derived in the case of deflection for damping. Okay, we know x upon e equal to omega by omega n square divided by under root 1 minus omega by omega n square whole square plus 2 zeta omega by omega n whole square. We have all calculated all the values omega, omega n and zeta. So putting all these value and also e eccentricity is given to us 2 mm in the numerical. So putting the value of e also, we will calculate the value of x as 0.16 into 10 raised to power 3 meters. So this is the deflection in the shaft. Now the dynamic force on the bearing. What is the value of the dynamic force? Because it is the case of the damping. Okay, so in last class we have calculated the damping force on the shaft, that was equal to kt into x, because that was the case of without damping force was 0, so net dynamic force was only equal to kt into x. Because here damping is also there, so net for dynamic force will be equal to, you can see in the diagram also, here you can see also the net force will be equal to either m or omega square. Here calculating the value of r is complicated because alpha is not given to us, neither phi is given. So we will calculate as the resultant of this. This is the restoring force kt into x, and in this direction our damping force is acting. The value of damping force is c omega x, and here restoring force, that is equal to kt into x. So resultant force, dynamic force, will act in this direction. Okay, that will be equal to under root damping force whole square plus restoring force whole square. Okay, so dynamic force will be equal to under root spring force plus under damping force whole square. So value of spring force kt into x, spring force or restoring force you can also say it, and damping force c omega x. X we have already calculated, c is given to us, omega we have calculated. So we need the value of kt, that is the stiffness of the shaft. So we know stiffness is equal to load per unit deflection. Either you can find out using this formula, or we know omega n equal to under root kt upon m. So kt will be equal to omega n square into m. So we can find out the value of kt, that is the stiffness of the shaft stiffness. Okay, putting this value we are getting the value of kt as this. Now put all those values here, we will calculate the value of ft, that is the dynamic force on the bearing. So we are getting the value of dynamic force is equal to 5.90. Okay, now the maximum load on the shaft will be 1 because of the dynamic means the shaft is rotating. Because of that the force we are getting is this dynamic force 5.90, and one more force because of the dead load on the shaft, because the disc is also mounted on the shaft and the weight of disc is given to us m 4 kg. So because of that also weight will, one force will come. Okay, so this total force will be the sum of dynamic and the static force, that is the mg. Okay, so adding these two forces we are getting the net dynamic force equal to 45.1 Newton. Okay, now just we will simply use the moment equation. You know m by I equal to sigma by y equal to E by R. Using this equation m by I equal to sigma upon y. Okay, so for this we need m, the maximum bending moment, m. Okay, maximum bending moment. So you know the case you have studied in the strength of material. So this is the simply supported beam, this is weight acting, load acting W. So the maximum bending reaction will be W by 2, and then maximum bending moment we will get at the center will be equal to W by 2 into L by 2. This length is L by 2. So W by 2 into L by 2, we will get it WL by 4, where W here in this our case is the net force on the shaft. We have calculated this 45.1 Newton. So putting these values, sigma max is equal to WL upon 4. The value of I is pi by 64 d to the power 4, and Y you know d by 2. Okay, so the equation we are getting sigma max is equal to 8 F net, because W is equal to F net 45.1 Newton into L is the span, by d cube. Putting all these values, we are having all these values, we can easily find out the value of sigma max. So maximum stress on the shaft which is coming is approximately 5.745 into 10 raised to power 10 Newton per meter square. So this is the numerical on the critical speed of the shaft with damping. Okay, thank you.